Thanks. All right, let's make sure that I'm live. Looks like it. Okay, y'all. Welcome to Saturday Bonnet Live. I hope you are all having a lovely weekend. As you see, since the heifer likes to say, oh, they don't show what they eat, I wanted to give you an opening to my lunch. This is what I had. I'm still kind of having it, but I don't do mukbang, so I'll save the rest for after the stream. Last night we had the wheat bolea rolls. I sliced them in half. I made little mini pizzas, and I made enough to where I could have one with my salad for lunch, because that's the things you do when you want to have a balanced diet and lose weight. I had some whole fresh milk mozzarella, some tomato sauce, some basil and garlic, and they're good. And honestly, a half of one of those fills me up. I don't think Chantal understands that. She's always trying to compare us. But let me get to the hellos before I get fired off on the heifer, because we're going to be doing a little bit different today. We're going to do a bit of compare and contrast. Success versus struggles. And I think you will hopefully enjoy this. But welcome, Panda Bondu, Tragically Charmed, Pix, 31 Frames. Always good to see my lovely mods, Capricorn and Jay. Good to see you, hun. Spooky Von Sweets. I know you're going to be taking care of home stuff, so feel free to listen in. Dan's, it's always good to see you. I love your aquarium stuff. Amber R, it's good to see you again. I love seeing you in James Brightman's chat. He's so nice. I had so much fun listening to him. Yellow Moon, good to see you, hun. Saucy Brioche, it's good to see you, dear. Mr. Cardigan Girly, it's always lovely to see you. Alien Holly, it is so sweet to see you too. Hi, Grateful Life. Skinny Queens Reacts. Oh, Grandma Spud Bud, B Squared. So many names that I enjoy seeing. Hi, Krabby Joe. Good to see you, dear. Like I said, I like showing what I have without subjecting people to chewing sounds. I don't act like I don't eat, y'all. I just eat better. I've worked with dietitians, actual dietitians, not on TikTok. I go to my doctors. I have to go into town later on today to get my prenatal stuff. I don't think Chantal realizes or understands that doing this takes commitment, takes dedication. It takes understanding what you can put in you and what you can't. It takes exercise. She seems to think that it's rapid. It took me years to get weight off, and I kept going up when I would stress eat or eat because I was in a bad situation. It took therapy. It took having an actual support system. It took cutting a lot of toxic out of my life. And she refuses to understand that. And her jealousy is very palpable. And we're going to get fired up early today with her nonsense, because I wanted you to see just a little clip that I grabbed from Piggy, and I put the links to the full thing because she snippeted all her little jabs at Yaba, FFG, and myself. But this was the funny part. This was the part I wanted you to all hear along with me, because you can see how she watches and gets super jealous of all of us. She even drew you, Skinny Queens Reacts. She watches all of us. She can try to blame the clown and some of her other friends, one who got really salty in trying to defend her at me and garlic bread stuff. But she is the same failure she always will be. Welcome, Waldo's World. Hey, Fatty the Fed, James Brightman. You had such a lovely chat earlier. But I just want to play this because she's funny. She's really funny. And I know she watches. Hi, Heifer. Thanks for the views.
She has a following, like who her following is like? Kalari.
Oh, and she got my name right this time.
This idiot is.
I'm not an idiot, dum-dum. I graduated. I don't use my degree for anything because I didn't want to work medical administrations, but I did the work and finished school, and that was right after I had my firstborn. You're the idiot who couldn't even get through a full semester of college. I believe some give you a month, but I'm giving you 2 weeks. But calling me an idiot, but you got my name right. You couldn't even call me by my right name before. You called me Calamari, which is funny. I don't mind people calling me calamari either. I get afraid she wants to eat me. Kalani. But now you know how to say my name, don't you, bitch? I like that for you.
Bigger than me and calls me a heifer.
I'm not bigger than
Bigger.
you. We'll get to that
And has no
comparison
teeth. Like,
soon.
has any nerve talking about my
I have visible dental damage, yes. I have gone on the record to why I have visible damage because I was bulimic. I did not want to get I have had it offered to me to get the reconstructive surgery for my mouth early on, but I am not at my goal weight. So I do not want to do that. Every scar I have, all the skin loosening, all the rolls that I have from losing the weight because I was over 512 pounds, everything I am doing, I want to see so I don't go backwards. You could never understand that because you're not a real one.
my looks. And we'll sit there and be like, so you're going to talk about my looks? I'm a published author. Who gives a shit?
My
So
readers, where's your book? She said later on in this live she was going to write a book too. I hope you do, Foodie. I like buying books. I will buy it just to read it. I'm not going to say I won't clown on it because I'm sure it'll be a half-ass effort. But to correct some people in your chat, I was a bookkeeper. Yes, it does account to receivable, but I was never a certified accountant. But thanks for giving me that boost and upgrade. I did that for years. Made good money too, but I left the company. I've also worked promotions. You don't have to be a face fronter to do a lot of the jobs that I did, but even if I was, I didn't start really having severe visible dental damage until about 4 or 5 years ago. Not that I have to explain that. Also, thank you for assuming I wrote smut. I don't. I'm not really good with writing romances, but thanks for putting it out there. I know your chat likes to stalk me as much as you do.
the person who wrote Twilight.
And she's
Don't
a
publish
millionaire.
anybody these days.
You can be
Published
self-published. Where's your book? And you see where she thinks about it and gets depressed. Thank you so much for the super chat, Savage Vegas baby. Let me heart this. Hey girl, I would love to stay, but gotta work. Use for whatever you need for a baby. Thank you so much. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Happy for you. Hope all is well. Yes, it is. I am doing good. I've been on cloud 9 since the doctor said you can still try. And I don't think Chantel understands that when you are in a good place, nothing or nobody can take you down. I just don't get that she doesn't get that. Welcome, Anna Gags. But she is so palpably jealous. And my book sales went up. Like I said, this is my author's copy. This was one of the first newer ones off the press. It is a rare edition. In fact, any of these that come right now before we do the update with the edited, because there's a lot of mistakes in this one. I had an editor. She got sick. I wanted to get this out by my birthday 2 years ago. So I just went gung-ho and published it. In fact, Beans can tell you, because I believe that you got one of these. This is the ultra rare edition. This is actually the first one off the presses. It even had my little photo on the back. Then we had one with Greg and I on the back because he did help me write this book. Came up with the character axiom, actually. The rest I filled in, but still. These editions are super rare. That is what it is. Once we update with all the edits, all the mistakes that we left in the first one, that'll be the only edition available. Roger Art did both the artworks for this cover. He has worked for Marvel. His name is Roger Art II. He's also a writer. I've plugged his books before. I have a circle of friends that when they read what I wrote, they wanted to help out. And this was my idea for BHM. I'm not going to give away too many spoilers. I know some of you are still reading this, but it's about human evolution and technology and what can go right and what can go wrong. He didn't like the plainness of this cover, so he designed this cover. And I love it because it has the Darwin quote on the back. It has the BHM with spore contamination on the back. It has the doctors responsible for a lot of what goes on in the book on the cover. And some people look at it thinking it's a comic book, which I'm a comic book nerd. So I love that. It was my jaunt in the sci-fi. Because she decided to go off to her little circle of people and reaction channels decided to play it. People now know about my book. You have been great for promoting me, Chantal. Never change. Never give up. Never stop raging as far as I'm concerned. Because your negative will always be flipped to a positive for me. I'm not a nasty person. Welcome to the chat, Rome's Drama Zone. It's good to see you. I just got you in my algorithms too. I need to start checking out your videos. Hi, Mayo my Miss Camps. What Chantel doesn't realize is I'm not acting like a perfect person. I'm not acting like you need to put me on a pedestal. Please don't. I'm a human. I fuck up. I am willing to learn from my mistakes, set a goal, and push to it. I wanted to be a published author before 50. I wanted to be a homeowner before 50. I wanted my life to get together, and I put in the work. Chantel could never, and that's why she hates me. And every time she brings me up, it boosted my channel from 700 to almost 4K. It's boosted my book sales. So I can't be mad at you, Heifer, but stay mad at me. It's lucrative. Welcome to the chat, and thank you so much, Seattle Sapphire Low Carb World. I have lost over 120 pounds, had diabetes, kidney issues, and turned it around. She does not want to do the work, and get healthy. I am still on my journey. Exactly. I am too. When the doctor last year told me because of my age and my weight, having a baby would probably be more difficult, and I should consider other options like a hysterectomy, I said, you know what? I don't want to just give up. I finally found a partner that I know I can raise a child with because he helped me raise my son. He is a perfect dad to kiddo. And we wanted to wait till we got the house and we started doing a bit better to even talk about it. So I kept at the exercise and diets and everything else. And now my OBGYN said, girl, I want to see you with a baby bump. Get them prenatals in. I will clear you for this. I'm also seeing a fertility specialist back up just so they can check our eggs, check my husband's sperm, because we want to do this right. Welcome, Uncle Leo. I just feel like Chantel doesn't realize that when you have stuff to live for, when you really want to do the thing, no one can stop you. And she can't stand me because I am a positive force in this. And I don't play the whole, you gotta like this person or you can't like that person to kick it with me. I like who I like in girl world. I don't fuck with who I don't want to fuck with in girl world. We're all grown and I ain't birthed none of yous. So I'm not here to take sides. I don't play those games because I don't need to. I think it's better to show success over constantly whining. You know, today is kind of a melancholy day normally for me. My sister would have been 41 today. She was my light. She was working for a law firm. She was about to get married and her heart gave out. She died right before her 30th birthday in July. It is a tough time for us all the time. I remember getting the phone call from the coroner's office because they went to her apartment to get her, and we had to come down from our place to ID her body. So when I say, yes, a lot of us have gone through stuff. We just don't make it content. We try to live our lives better. I dedicated my first book to my sister. The second book uses a variation of her name, because that is going to get released next month on my grandmother, what would have been her 89th birthday. Instead of wallowing in the sadness, because I'm always going to feel that loss, I want them to know that I'm going to live for them and myself. Chantel could never. She brings up her grandmother all the time, acting like she's sad. But what are you doing to prove to your grandmother that you want to be here and honor her, Chantel? You could never. That's why we don't give you the sympathy that you fish for. Because if you really cared about your grandmother, you would do better for yourself. Thank you again, Seattle Sapphire Low Carb World. She has nothing in her life but food, and it is sad. I feel like when you've lost somebody, Badsy has shared how she lost her son to heart issues. You carry that with you and you keep going for them because they are watching you. Their spirits are watching over you. You do not wallow in that pity. Welcome, Lenny Bo. Welcome, I said B squared. Welcome, B squared again, honey. Welcome, Uncle Leo. I'm telling you, when she does that, when she fishes for people's sympathy, bringing up her grandmother, all I can think is, what are you doing to your grandmother's spirit right now? Hey, Rose Dawn Reacts. I think that she really only thinks that sympathy and pity are positives in her life. But she would get so many more props if she really tried. We're not expecting you to do it in a day, Chantel. You've done over 40 years, well, 30 years I'll give you of damage to yourself directly. I'll give the first year to your family because you show signs of neglect. You definitely show signs of somebody who looked for love and could not find it. And we can see it in you. But you can't keep holding on to that because you are far from the only one who's gone through troublesome upbringings. You are far from the only one who has struggled through your weight. But you are the only one who has monetized your addiction for 8 years. And we can see the visible damage. And when you went on record saying that I was bigger than you, yeah, no. Other reaction channels record skip, including garlic bread. So let me bring this up because I didn't ask him to do that. He surprised me. I have been working really hard on getting the second novel's rough draft finished and completed so that we can get it printed off. And I had him pop up in my notifications because I like watching garlic bread. Sometimes I have to turn stuff off because I get so many now. But this popped up right before I was going to log off for the night. And I teared up because I did not expect this out of him. And I thought it was sweet. So we're going to fire up Foodie Beauty. Is this jealousy or delusion by Garlic Bread? Because she made me question myself for a bit. I know when I'm on an exercise bike and I have to pull up the loose skin and tuck it up, that it does look like, yeah, I still got a gut. But I'm telling you, I have doctors pressing on it. It's soft, y'all. I don't have to prove that to you because you know I'm doing a thing. I don't have to do the things that Chantel does to show that I am visibly getting it. But this was from my son's graduation. I was proud to take that full body shot.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back. What a full day of content. But I just had to do this video for Kalari. She doesn't know that I'm doing it, so hopefully she sees it with a smile.
And I
because
did
you know
smile.
what? She put up some progress pictures today. And you know who talks a lot about Kalari? Let me go ahead and do the fade in.
Yep.
This person right here. Chantal constantly says to everyone,
she said I was bigger than
same
her.
Same size as her, bigger than her, no business talking about her.
Thank you, Waldo's World.
I couldn't help.
And welcome to the chat,
Take a look at the pictures today. Take a look at what we learned with Chantal today and see the difference truly between these two.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not difference that you'll see with your eyes, but more it's difference of what you won't
see. I'm not
Determination,
afraid to show.
willpower,
I'm still a hefty
honesty,
heifer.
Positivity, doing the right things, putting in the hard work, and understanding that it starts with accountability.
Yes.
Clary's working out
I did
just
my
about
damage.
every day.
I can only be the one to
what
get
is
it
Chantal
off.
doing? Well, Chantal is going
Side
out,
profile.
taking up medical
But
professionals'
I'm bigger
time,
than her. Hey,
energy.
hippie peas.
She's depleting the resources of a
Garlic
country
has
where
been so supportive.
we can make
and
the
sweet.
argument she
Welcome,
shouldn't be
kitty.
living. And that's one of the core issues people have had when we've talked about her removal from Kuwait.
Exactly.
So I'm just going to go and kind of let these go through and, you know, mainly Chantal, more than anyone else, can see a comparison, a true comparison between the person that she ridicules online and herself.
Exactly.
And everyone watching this video can make a determination for themselves who to believe.
I mean, you've got eyeballs.
And I'll be honest with you.
I'm not
this is a
acting
big
like
part
I'm
of the
thin,
reason
but I've
we don't
worked
believe
hard.
Chantal.
Exactly,
Chantal wants everything
James.
done for her.
I really do, because I was there.
Magic pill.
You were there. We could see it in the way
potion.
she walks, in the way she pushes her stomach
And she
up.
tells us
There's
what's
no
going
way
to fix
she's
her
lighter.
problems. Move to Kuwait.
Filters can't.
Handsomest man.
They're struggling
None of
right
it
now,
does.
Joe.
Kalari didn't come online with any of those promises.
Nope.
Instead,
I'm not a weight
all
loss
she did
channel.
was make
I'm
a
just
promise
me.
to herself, a commitment to better her life.
Exactly.
She followed through on it. And that should 100% be championed and not ridiculed. And you know what? Just to be honest, I could have taken the easy way out. I could have really made this worse for Chantal. I could have been unfair. I could have used this picture right here.
Yeah.
Where obviously
but we're the
seated.
same size.
It's not going to be as flattering. I could have used this to compare. But Chantal, I didn't want to do that to you. You know, instead, I wanted to use an actual fair comparison so you can see, because I know you said your vision.
Oh, hell no, dear.
Vision's starting to go a little bit. Glasses aren't starting to work as good as they used to. I wanted you to see as well the person you degrade.
Yep.
When comparing yourself to them. Chantal, I'm going to be honest with you.
Thank you so much, Seattle Sapphire Low Carb World. I appreciate all the thumbs up. I appreciate it.
If you were truly the same size right now as Kalari, you probably wouldn't have all of these issues.
Nope,
you
I don't have sciatica.
Big dilemma. You
I can walk, I can bike.
Wouldn't be
I don't
posting
get
online all your frustrations about other creators and myself.
Exactly.
And to me, the poetic justice in this is that Kalari is the only creator. All the things that you've said, all the cartoons you've drawn, all the posts you've made.
Big hugs, Big Bob.
Is the one that you've clung to.
Yep.
She is the one that got you on your little hiatus More
And
importantly,
she's
she is
jealous
the
of
one
my
brave enough
book.
to put herself out there for you to judge and ridicule, even when you have no position to do so.
Tell her,
Love to know
Garlic.
your guys' thoughts on this. Appreciate Kalari being brave enough in this community to put up these pictures. You know, I'm going to leave you with the top comments from the last video. Be back soon as I can with more commentary.
And like I said, Garlic, the House of Hair, I've been supported by so many reaction channels in Girl World, and I appreciate all of you. I think it's a combination of me being Gen X, a combination of me knowing where I was, because I was literally over 500 pounds. Let me see if I can get that picture up. Because I don't think people believe sometimes that I was literally over 500 pounds. And sometimes I need to remind myself that, yeah, girl, you were there. Let me pull it up because I don't think Heifer understands that, A, I come from a place of understanding where she was, and I might have had more sympathy for her if she wasn't so nasty. In fact, I started reacting to her after the Red Rage hijab stream she did, where she said that FFG's mom's passing was her karma. It activated fight mode in my brain. And I was like, you know what? Nah, Heifer, nah. You're a fighter, right? I'm a New York girl. I like to fight too. It's on. So I thought she was gonna like fight back and have some fun with it, but of course not. She throws rocks and hides her hands all the time. Cause she came at me in that weird ass community post that she had to delete, which she used I'm the better person, and it's like, no, you're not. You're a fraud, and we all know you're a fraud. Let me see if it's in Photo Classics. Because like I said, I tried to vlog once, and I'm just not a good vlogger. But what I am is honest. I have no reason to not be honest. I know the damage I did to myself. Okay, this is the older one, so... Oh my gosh, that is too big. Let me shrink that down a bit. Because, whoa. Everything wants to not work with me today. Give me a moment, y'all. Because, I mean, I don't have to show these things to prove stuff. I really don't. I think that it is something that I feel I should be proud of. Let me put it in results 3. Okay. I think for Chantal, she seems to think that I am just a fat woman that doesn't know where she is and what her struggles are. And no, this was me back when Kiddo was a toddler. That was Kalari. That was my size. I was over 500 pounds. You could see it. And it just frustrates me that she acts like I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to being consistent. I even went on the record and said during the pandemic, I started to balloon up again because I was stress eating, because I was dealing with a very toxic family member. And I decided I don't want to die in a fat trap. I can't do this to myself again. I know what it's like to be 500 pounds, y'all, and I did not want that again. And I even did an updated version of this, which I don't know where I put it, but I'll find it eventually, where I show where I'm at now versus where I was. She needs to understand that I didn't want to come at her from a place of hate at first, but she doesn't take good advice. She doesn't care to show that actual good advice gets to her. She'll go on TikTok or Google and look up stuff for her actual health and think that's the same, and it's not. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Thank you so much, Mr. Cardigan Girly, for the super chat. We love you, my Gen X sister. And I'm telling you, I really do think that Gen Xers, because we went to school and we grew up in a time where people were insensitive, where sometimes you had to hide things about yourself, and if you couldn't, they made fun of it, that it does give us a bit of numbness. And I know that people mock me on a superficial level. They used to do it when I was on Twitter before I locked my account down. I just don't care on that level. When you're in a good place, when you show things about you that might be a flaw, that I don't think is a flaw, it's my battle scars, it doesn't bother me that people want to hyper focus on that. To me, it does say more about them than me. Look at her jester, who she blames for getting that timeout as well as I. He was the one that showed her my video allegedly and got her that timeout along with me calling her heifer. Her community tab post shows that she watches me, but she claimed I didn't even know her. Bitch, yes, you did. You use my vernacular. You know the squeak of my bike. You use my grandmother's story about the adult books. Did you don't watch me? You watch all of us. But today we are going to do something a little bit different. Before I call out the heifer a bit more, I wanted to highlight people who are doing the thing. And James, I should have had you in this list. When I do another one of these, I will definitely have you. But I wanted to highlight Mary, My 500-Pound Life, and a family channel that I watched, DianneinKorea, because they are doing a thing. And I wanted to show you some of their vlog, because I want you to go and watch them to show you people who are holding themselves accountable. They have been struggling with their weight, but are now striving. So we are going to get started with some of Mary, because I love her. I try to give her encouragement as much as I can, because she does a lot of fitness stuff on her vlogs. And I want you to know that chair aerobics can help you lose weight. Lifting little 3 to 5 pound weights or even 2 pound weights to start can help you out. I am trying to get my arm waddles down, so I love my 5 pound weights. But it takes consistent work, and you're not going to see it rapidly. But Mary has set a weight goal loss to get down there too soon, and I want you to see this weigh-in with me because I am freaking proud of her because she is getting it. This was on Thursday.
Hey guys, good morning.
Good morning, Mary.
It's Thursday morning, so I'm weighing myself. Sorry, that's Victor's alarm. My room is a mess.
It's okay, girl. 304.6. She is getting so close to the twos. And Pix, you're another one who has done the thing.
So
I'm so proud of you because you manage your health.
Hey guys, good
Welcome,
morning.
Mud Slipper. Good morning, Mary.
So you saw my weigh-in.
Yes, and I'm proud of you.
Pie-Pie's making some weird noise. I think she might be in heat. We need to get her fixed.
Yeah, I got Callie
No, that
fixed
got
because we
hopefully
didn't want to
John,
risk
I can do
grand
that.
kittens just yet.
Okay.
Miss Kitty might end up giving us
So here's
some
my
because she's
July.
feral and we can't get her to the vet yet.
Thing.
Look at that chart.
So the first
She
I was
is
at
getting it.
313.6.
Yep. To start her July challenge, she was at 313. She's now at
Myself on
304.
Wednesday.
And she's
On
not afraid if
Thursday.
she goes up to show it too.
She's going
Miss
to
Camps
heat
is another one.
quickly.
I seen that community tab post, ma'am. You are getting it, and I am proud of you
She
too.
has all, I don't want you guys to come
Skinny
for me.
Queens
I
Reacts
love
is
my
showing her
cats are
fitness. She has
everything
gone
to
through
me.
health issues.
I
She
love animals.
gets it too.
We
She
just-
doesn't make excuses. She
with
holds
his
herself
family
accountable.
coming
There's so
and
many of
all
us
the
that could
money
help
on
Chantel,
airline
and she just
tickets
doesn't
and
take
bus
it.
tickets and lawyers, and we just haven't had the money to get her fixed. But
It
I'll
does.
get
It's
done.
costly. I think we got a discount,
So
and it
my
was still
goal is
almost
2 or 3
200 with the
pounds a
shots and
week.
stuff.
And on the 4th, I was 307.8. Today I was 304.8, so lost
Getting it,
exactly
girl.
3 pounds. I am only going to be doing 2 workouts in the morning. 3, I think, is pushing myself a little bit too hard.
Yeah, and that's what I told her in her latest, because I feel like a lot of us start to get in our head as we get down. Once I started getting, because I'm still in the 290s. I'm not going to fake that front. I'm not acting like I'm a slim and trim. But you start getting in your head that, oh, I need to do more. I need to do more. And it'll get it off faster. And you'll end up hurting yourself because you're still kind of big at this size. What you need to do is just consistent. I do 5 days on and then I take my 2 days of rest because you need to let your body relax. 20 to 40 minutes a day of consistent, focused activity has helped my weight slim down. Changing my diet has helped my weight slim down. My 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Snacks like nuts, healthy fruits, because I've been lucky to dodge the diabetic bullet. I've never really been into sweets, even though I like baking them for the family. I've always been more of a salty, savory person, so I was more worried about heart issues. And because of my anemia, because I still get my monthlies, I have to take an iron regimen. So it's like I said, it's a balance. And I don't want people over pushing yourself. Never think that what you're doing is not enough. Fitness is good. Whether you're outside walking for just a little bit, whether you swim, whether you can run, whether you're on a bike, whether you do chair aerobics, it's all about consistency at this point. And I don't want anybody knocking themselves.
Right
hey,
now,
Joe
I think
Davis. It's
probably
good to see you,
clean and
hon. Hi,
BLT. Those are the
SH.
two I like the most, it seems. Might switch it up sometimes.
Yeah.
Still.
And remember to give yourself rest
I'm
days.
eating out. I've exercised every day. And I'm eating
Because you
when
can
I'm
plateau if
supposed to,
you
I
don't.
think. The eating part is the hardest. The
And
nutrients,
it can be.
you know, knowing what your nutrition you
And
should
I
have.
don't want to give nutrition advice because not everybody's body's the same. I had the surgery, so I absorb things a lot differently. So I have to be careful what I put in me because I need it to absorb properly. I need the nutrients from it so that I don't crash. I noticed that she's doing a lot more bigger plates of vegetables and stuff, which is good. Also proteins, which is good. I don't know all of Mary's health journey, so I don't know what kind of carbs she can have. But I want people to understand that if you diet when you have struggles with food, you're going to feel like you're punishing yourself and you're going to fall back. You have to find a healthy relationship with what you're eating. It is the only way to move forward because you're eventually going to have to be around foods that you know you can't have too. I go out with my friends. I go to family gatherings. I would be crazy to tell them, oh, you can't have stuff with bread and stuff because I can't eat it. I can have certain breads. Multigrain breads, whole wheat breads. I don't overindulge in them, but you can have those things. And you can be around the other breads without eating it. Thank you so much, Rome's Drama Zone. And please check his channel out. He's come up in my algorithms. He has a lovely dog from what I've seen in the one that I just watched, and I got to give you a follow. I'm scatterbrained right now because with the baby news, I've been all over the place, but please give him a follow, y'all. The thing is, when it comes to diet, I don't give that advice. I am not a registered dietitian. I am not in the medical field. I found what works for me, and I caution people to find what works for them. But what I've learned with therapy especially is you have to get to a place where you can be around those foods and not be tempted. My son is a teenager. While I could restrict his diet, why should I? He's get up and go. I want him to be able to eat what he likes without me going, oh no, the binge monster is going to make me eat all your snacks. It doesn't. Because when you develop those healthy processes, you don't have to worry about indulging in those things. And I wanted that for Chantel at first, but now I don't care. I'm sorry, I can't care for somebody who refuses to care for themselves. And agree, Leona Fauna, she is such a real one. I love Mary.
Stuff has been it's been the hardest part for me so far.
And I feel her on that.
I'm gonna close it. I'm chewing a piece of gum, and I think maybe there was a piece of paper in it.
It happens. Sometimes you have that oral
Let's get this
fixation.
done. Get our morning. I've been up since 3:30.
I just want to show a bit of her exercise
it's
because
like
I want
6:30.
people to
I
understand
fell
that
asleep
exercise
really
and
early
fitness
last
comes at
night.
every
Now
level.
it's 6:30. So I've been up since 3:30.
Wow. And you got to get
But
consistency.
I'm gonna try and stay awake.
I get
all
up
day
at
enough
about
to get
7
up,
every
'cause I got up
morning. This
earlier.
morning I got up at 9,
let's
so that's a
work
bit
out.
later for me than usual. But we
I
stayed up
didn't
a
make
bit
any
late with
overnight oats
Hannibal.
last
I
night
loved
because
it.
I fell asleep
I was so
early.
tired though.
I think we might have.
That would be awesome,
alarm
Joe
went off,
Davis. I
sorry.
can't wait to see that.
I wanted to make sure. I
Thank you
got up
so
at
much,
6:30
Bip Bop.
today
I'm
to work
trying.
out.
I'm not acting like a perfect. I just know what I want,
For
and I want to
breakfast,
hit
I
my
think I'm gonna
goals.
boil some potatoes and have eggs and potatoes with spinach and arugula. I think we're gonna try that. I've never had cooked arugula, so I'm curious to see what it tastes like. I didn't know you could cook it. I had to find out. So we're gonna try that today, maybe. We'll see. Ready to work out?
Yes, we are. Don't mind me. I'm just. Okay, right up. Good. Let me get that money here. Give you that subscribe. Okay. That was an ad.
Auto insurance all seems the same.
YouTube has been
Until
very
it's time
aggressive
to
trying to
use
get
it. With
everybody to switch to
USAA, it's
premium.
easy
And
to file.
I'm sorry, I got music premium, but I just don't do the whole I'm going to give them all my monies. Sorry, no. Budget is my love language. There's a shout out for you, Rome. Thank you so much for being in the chat. Like I said, you came up in my algorithm. I like what I see. And like I said, I love giving props to people that I'm actually going to watch. I don't act like everybody in Girl World has to kumbaya, but I really do feel like we all need to be smarter at being manipulated on who we can kick it with. I'm not everybody's mama. Like who you like, don't like who you don't want to like.
Working out.
And she had sped that up.
I'm not
I
sure what to
honestly
do,
do
'cause I
want
feel
it.
like
I
I'm
wanted
not
you
able
to
to
see.
work out full throttle.
And you don't need to go full throttle. She is doing the thing with the chair aerobics. And what I love about that is that, Mary, you're consistent with it. We can see the weight loss from it. And I really hope that if you watch this back, that you don't beat yourself up, because you are doing the thing. And I love that about you. You've been honest. You've been a bright spot in what can be a struggle for a lot of people trying to lose weight. And I know that we are the hardest on ourselves when we're still not seeing the visible, or when our body dysmorphia makes us feel like we're still where we used to be. But you are getting it, girl. I love the progress you're making. Hey, Mushy, thank you so much for cleaning and listening. I appreciate you being here. She is such a good person. And Chantel is always about food. I heard about it in James Brightman's chat that she did a cottage pie. Yeah, good on her. I honestly feel like she now has to, because Salad's putting his foot down, but she's going to get the hang of rages. She's going to tantrum and he's going to cave because he's not a strong-willed man. Welcome, John the Whist. Exactly. You are still burning calories. You are still active. I don't want anybody that's fitness shame, because as long as you're doing the thing, you're getting it. Thank you so much for the super chat, Leona Farna. I love my family too, and I'm glad that you love them. They are such sweet people, and they keep me going. They really are my support system. Thank you so much, Rome. And like I said, I give support back. I think it's great that we are a diverse community. We got people from all around the world. Girl Please, who is busy living her life right now, but she's a Jamaican reaction channel who I adore. And I can't wait till she gets back, because she has been doing the thing in the gym. She's been taking care of her family and doing her work. There's another young lady from, young lady from the UK, Taylor Talks. There's a young lady from, well, she's a little older than me. There's a lady from Germany who I like. My 2 cents, I believe her name is. I gotta get all of them. But we are a worldwide collective of people who try to hold Chantel, ALR, Glitter and Lasers, and so many people accountable. But so many of us are also doing the thing. We just don't make coin off of our stuff like that. And I'm not knocking those who do. I just think it's harder for me to focus on my fitness if I constantly got a camera in my face. So I limit it to once or twice a week with the fit bags, because I like to exercise with my music in peace. But I did want to show the heifer that, yes, you can exercise and talk at the same time. It takes build up, but you can get to that point. But this is the person I wanted to highlight as well. I'm not going to show all of her vlog, because I've been a fan of her for years. I've watched her through her wedding, through having the twins, through being accepted in a whole other country than hers. And DianneinKorea is kicking ass and taking names. So I wanted to introduce y'all to her, because she is an inspiration to me. And somebody who has a big blended family, who my immediate family now with Greg is a blended family again. I know what it's like to marry into somebody who has different sets of values and cultures than yours, but making it work. Her Korean and American family are just beautiful, sweet people. And like I said, I've been watching since she had the babies, and she is one of the few family vloggers that I respect. She doesn't exploit her kids. Her husband and her are just adorable together. And I just want you to see just a little bit of her journey, because she is getting it, y'all.
Share something truly life-changing, my journey to running a marathon and how I prepared my body for this incredible challenge.
She
For
is
years,
amazing.
I struggled with my weight and health as
And she did. She was a lot thicker. I don't think she was super morbidly obese, but she was morbidly obese for a while. She had twins, so of course you're gonna balloon up a bit from it. But she is doing the thing, and thank you so much for the super chat, Uncle Leo. Your progress is nothing short of amazing. Love my 2 cents too. She is so amazing. I love the snark. I love everything. And since I'm studying German, I just love hearing her say Guten Abend from Deutschland. It's so amazing to hear her. It is. I love her accent. And it's just, to me, Girl World is such a big tapestry community. And there's room for everybody. But there are some people that like to gatekeep, like to tell you who you could kick it with, likes to get mad, like to sue each other. And I ain't playing that mess. This is fun for me. That's all I want to do is have fun here. She is getting it though, for real.
as many of you know, was constantly tired, didn't have the energy to play with my kids. I was just tired 24/7. I needed
And I
to
can
make
tell you, having kiddo was the main reason I really wanted to get my weight down. You don't want to have a toddler. And next week I'll be covering somebody who literally has a toddler and can't chase behind them because she puts her selfishness over her weight loss. I know a certain reactor thinks I only cover Caucasian women, as he likes to yell and bleat about, but I just didn't want to exploit her child. And thanks to 31 frames, I can now cover this person due to her amazing edits without exploiting somebody's child to do it. You don't know me, man, but I know I'm going to be in your mouth because you're jealous. And I'm not going to say your name because I know you'll talk about me anyway. And welcome, Jade. It's always good to see you. Jade Speculation Station is one of my favorites. She covers a lot of drama, and I love that for her. She just covered this another person on YouTube attacking Casey, Amber's ex. And I'm not down for that. Casey has already went through a lot. So please, if you can watch Jade Speculation Station's new video on that, because Casey needs our support. He, because he's transitioned and he's still getting the top surgery done, has been through enough. And he doesn't need people spreading lies because who he decides to be friends with and supports. That's ridiculous.
a change, not just for myself, but for my family and everyone.
Exactly.
So one day I was at the park.
And
while
funny, I can
exercising,
understand
and I
some of
just
this
saw,
Korean because I watch a
like,
lot of Korean TV. I love Korean dramas. I love The Return to Superman. It's a TV show where a famous dad, whether in sports, acting, news, will keep their child for like a week while the wife gets to go away, and they film it. And it's so funny because it goes for fathers who are inept, the fathers who can get it somewhat, but you can see them appreciating their wives and all the work that they put in with the babies. Return to Superman is one of my favorite Korean shows, for reals.
all types of people, different shapes and sizes, running inside a marathon. That was like a spark within me.
Hi, Dora.
That
Hi,
motivated
Dora
me
Celine
to
Cartagena. I'm gonna get your name right. I like phonetically pronouncing stuff, especially since people fuck my name up all the time. My real name, and even the Kalari handle that I took, which, like I said, it's a spiritual Indian ritual of both martial arts and meditation, and I love it. But it's like I said, getting people's name right is proper for me, so I'm going to practice phonetically saying your name so I can get it right. And thank you so much. I love Korean drama. I also love Japanese dramas too, but I can't get TV Japan right now because I'm too cheap to pay the $79.99 they want it for it. So I wait and I try to catch what I can here and there. I just love Asian dramas though. They are the best. I used to watch them in New York because they would be on public access TV sometimes, where you would have these single moms who lost their lovers in a plane crash finding love again. Brilliant freaking writing and stuff. I love all kinds of worldly stuff. Let me get Dia in the background. Minji.
It's my first
And there's June.
marathon in Seoul. Wow, 사람들이 많다.
And she speaks fluent
Pretty much in this
Korean.
marathon, you can choose 5kg, 10kg, or 20kg, right? Like I thought there wouldn't be that many people here, but there's a lot of people.
On Return to Superman, they show the father running marathons like this. We're his babies. He had triplets. I love it. Aww. June is so adorable. He is a cheeky one, though.
And I'm actually really nervous.
Her babies are adorable. They're in kindergarten right now.
I'm okay. Mommy's trying to be healthy. Last year I wasn't healthy. I was very slow. And I don't need to sit down anymore.
Minji loves her mom, and she's a good artist.
Bye, Minji.
Aw, she loves her mom so much.
This is
This is why I want a daughter, y'all, for real.
Oh, it's moving. Oh, this is your turn. Yeah, it's your turn. Fighting.
You got this.
Fighting. Okay, fighting. 밥 먹으러 가자.
Aw, you don't have to cry.
우리 엄마 이따 볼 거야. 알지? 스포하지 마. 엄마 볼 거야 이따가. 스포하지 마. 엄마 이따 볼 거야. 2시간 있다 볼 거야. 2시간. 알지?
2 hours is too long.
오래 걸려.
They're not used to being without her either.
밥 먹고.
Kiddo was like that when he was younger too. I could not be away from him for too long. So he would walk with me.
준이 엄마
But a
빨리
marathon
올까?
is a lot different.
엄마가 간다고 하니까 오래 걸릴 줄 아는데 금방 오잖아요. 그
Agreed.
5km면 뭐 1시간도 안 돼서 와요. 제가 뛰면 30분이면 뛰는데.
Look at him bragging. He's so sweet though. He really, really loves Deanna. And they are just a happy couple. Oh, he took them out while she was running. I thought they were going to show the marathon. Come on, YouTube. You're not getting me to buy premium. I'm cheap. I don't care. I thought about it. It's not in my budget right now. I got too many channels to
이거
support.
햄버거. 그리고
Alright, I want to get to her running before I get to calling out some of the heifers. Oh, they're going to run by the river. They should get a good win there, too. And see, she's actually running. Unlike Glitter and Lasers, who kind of power walk. And she still did it. She did 5K.
That means that there.
But she's actually running.
All right, let's go.
Get it, girl. And they keep people hydrated. And they'll say "안녕하세요" to greet them. That's the way to say hello in Korea. Right there! Get it, guys! I try to learn as many languages as I can because I do want to travel again one day, and I don't want to be one of those tourists that's like, I don't know what this means.
Thank you. See
Is
you.
Malibu okay, Pix? I hope so.
Oh, there's a bus. Why is there a bus here?
So, see, I'm telling you.
What does it mean?
I honestly, growing up,
In the
did not think I wanted to be a mom.
marathon
I had
way?
kiddo, and he changed my world. And I thought about it. I really want to raise a daughter. I want people to understand that you can change your mind. You don't have to have kids to validate yourself either. It's just, I feel like I can give more to a child now, especially, and I just want to do that. She is Jan. I've been watching her for years now, and she struggled with her weight, and now she's getting it for herself and her family, and I just appreciate that so much. And Jan's Views is another creator that I would like you to check out when you have the time.
Oh, I finished, and this is
There are
my
so
medal.
many of us in Girl World, for real. And I love that Deanna can be candid about everything she's going through. There we go. Your name comes right up too when I put it in. So let me get you your link. And bop that because I thought I did. Like I said, it's been a scatterbrain week. My mind has been on keeping my fertility stuff up, So I apologize if I thought I subbed to you and I didn't, but I did now. And there's Jan's views. Oh, she finished it before they did lunch. See, this is what I mean, though. They are such a loving family. Look at this.
What's your rank?
Ranking? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, they're bilingual, but they still have a bit of problems with English words. But I love how they're like, how do you say what's your rank in Korea and then say it in English? No problem, Jans. There's so many people that I am getting to enjoy because of Girl World. Hi, Madam Madu. It's good to see you, honey. And I'm telling you, y'all.
I was maybe a bit slow. When I saw the sign where it said U-turn, I thought, oh, it's so fast.
Already have.
벌써? Whoa. So I did the U-turn and I came back and I'm not tired. And I felt so good, lots of energy.
준이야.
That is where we're going to end it with them because I love DianneinKorea and I would really appreciate it if y'all gave reviews. If you're in the family channels, if you're not, I understand. But she is such a sweet woman. Her husband is so amazing to her and sweet. Those kids are adorable. And like I said, I was watching them since they were little. And to see them get bigger and just, they love their mom so much. And it's just so nice to see positive in weight loss. Because it's not always negative, y'all. And thank you so much for the super chat, Kels Bells. I'm a senior now. Even with all my weight loss, I have a hard time with regular yoga. So my instructor adapts mine to do with a chair. Exactly. I can sit in my chair and do the leg ups, do the stretches with my arms, reach out to the sun, going down, bringing it up to your core. There is no level of fitness that should be shamed. And that's why I was trying to get Chantal to understand. That's why I said, even a 10-minute walk every few hours in her apartment, she would start seeing better circulation and better issues. But she would rather be a bitter bitch. And I just can't understand that. And that's why I call her out. That's why I call Glitter and Lasers out. Because they both act and fake a front. And right here we have one of my other favorite reaction channels that I found through the YouTube Underground, Lindsay, who is going to show a bit of why Anna gets on my nerves. I know some of you have heard about Bagelgate by now. I don't understand Anna. I try to wrap my head around her. I think it's funny when she does her fashion hauls. But when she does things like this, the whining, the crying, the overindulging in things she knows she's not supposed to have, when she was just on here last week whining about her lipedema, which a lot of us have gone through being 500 plus pounds formerly, I just don't understand her. So we're going to get to a bit of Lindsay, one of my favorites, for real. I just love her wit and sass at this.
Well, hello there. I am
Hello,
back. I was
Lindsay.
told this was something I had to see. So we're going to watch Glitter and Laser.
She's in my
I
hometown
walked 2
too.
miles
It's
for a
driving me
bagel.
nuts.
NYC travel vlog.
I mean, I know they have specialty bagel shops back home. But where I lived, the bagel shops weren't that far. You didn't have to walk 2 miles unless you had a preference. Like, there was a bagel shop right near my middle school that did the best morning bagels. Probably why I got so fat. But walking 2 miles for one of them custom, I could put you on Instagram bagels is fucking weird. I just don't get the younger generation at all. A bagel's a bagel.
So I'm going to read the description to you first. In this Glitter and Lasers travel vlog, I walked 2 miles to get a bagel from my favorite NYC bagel shop. Right now,
They got
dealing
buses,
with increased
heifer.
pain from lipedema, staying motivated to stay moving is critical. And I found making silly goals like walking 2 miles for a delicious bagel helped me keep moving and push through the pain.
I'd rather walk 2 miles to have a baby. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Bagels
so
are good.
Anna,
You can have one every once in a while, but at her size and my size,
this is an eating issue.
lay off it for a bit.
This is a display of how fucked up your relationship with food is. I understand that, like, silly goals and wanting to have cool snacks and like Instagrammable food and like, you know, treating yourself is totally normal. Like, I'm not saying it's not. But when you're morbidly obese and you're suffering from a painful condition known as lipedema, which you did not just wake up from.
Exactly.
You didn't wake up from a night and just bam, you had lipedema. You got yourself to this point. I think that food should be the last thing to motivate you to do anything. I think that staying alive and, being able to walk should be your motivation. I don't think a bagel.
And not to interrupt Lindsay, especially since you were just on here last week whining about how it's painful to walk. It's painful to do your fitness. You legitimately just told the world that you're willing to walk 2 miles for a bagel, which is going to put more sodium, sugars, and carbs in your system that's already struggling to keep up with you. And she's tall. So her body is already a bit oddly shaped. And like I said, as a shorty, I really struggle with the weight that I still have on my legs and on my arms at times. But when I wanted the goal of fertility, shrinking the fibroids so that we could try, that is my motivation. I don't give a fuck about food like that anymore. And I don't hate food. I just developed with my therapist a healthier relationship with food. You've got to get other dopamine hits in life. It's like any addiction. I've had friends who went through 12 steps to get away from drinking problems. Some of them replaced it with pot. No shade to it. They're doing better. They're a lot fitter now. But they have found ways to be around alcohol without being tempted because they have families to live for. They have goals to set. My one guild leader, who I love and who just went through a tragedy, which could have sent him spiraling back. He graduating from college because he went back to school. His wife and him just got blessed by having a baby girl. And this man is in his 50s, has lived a life going and traveling and stuff, but struggled with alcohol for years. He kicked that, and he is doing his damnedest. And I love seeing people who strive after struggling. But it takes consistent effort, and it takes having things to live for. And I still got to get them a baby shower present for the new baby girl. I'm just looking to see what they have, because I don't want to give them the same gift that I gave to my other friends for their baby girl. But it is a cute little travel suitcase with baby shower stuff in it that I'm looking to send them and surprise them with.
Would motivate me to keep my mobility.
Exactly.
I just don't think that's the key for success. But let's see what she has to say. Let's see what she has to say.
So this was at 1 when we left.
And I don't use those fitness pals. I know it works for some people, but
is what we cleared.
I just use time and music.
Wow.
If I can get 20 to 40 minutes in each day, along with all the stuff that I got to do around the house, I know it pays off. I don't need some little dinky watch thing telling me, oh, you've burned this, because it's not always accurate.
I immediately put on my pajamas and I was so excited because I opened my bagel and I'm like, I can't wait to eat my pumpkin.
Okay, so she walked 3 miles for a bagel. Okay, cool.
I mean, there's better things to walk 3 miles for, as we've seen with DianneinKorea. She actually ran.
Like, I'm an old man at heart, and you know what?
I don't really like pumpernickel. It's not bad.
It's not pumpernickel.
Rye is a little bit better, if I could say, as a New York girl.
Okay, so they messed up her pumpernickel bagel. Okay.
It's not even the right bagel.
Okay.
Put your pinky down.
It's not even the right cream cheese.
Did you need it, though?
Look at her face of absolute disgust.
Yeah. She seems very upset that they didn't give her the right order, and it happens. Maybe put the bagel down and get something else then. I bet you she ate that bagel, though. I bet you all the money in the world, which she seems to have a lot of because she gets a lot of comp stuff. I guarantee to you, once that camera is off, she ate that bagel.
Just eat the fucking bagel, bro. Cry more.
It's oat.
Oh, God. Not oat. Not oat. How did... Oat.
And I love this tumbler.
Bitch wanted pumpernickel,
I bought
not
it off of Sam's shop.
I'm not exactly sure. I think it's
like
veggie
crazy.
cream cheese.
Oh, not a vegetable.
So like,
and it says, I baked you some shut the fuck
somebody
up
else
cakes.
probably has my order.
Perfect
This is
for my
probably
attitude.
Oh, my God. Not a vegetable. Oh, God.
And
They're
keep
fat shaming
hydrated,
you.
y'all.
That
It
bagel
is
company
warm
fat
out
shame the
today.
fuck out of you. You should go back. You should write a whole blog about it. You should do a whole YouTube video and then like 15
Lindsay's so
Instagram posts.
snarky. I
Oh my
love
God,
her.
you've been fat shamed.
Yep.
somebody else's bagel.
Oh God, not someone else's bagel.
Oh,
I'm sure you've had worse in your mouth.
Well,
I'm
Well,
gonna
what?
eat it.
what a way to end this video.
Are you gonna cry?
Seriously?
Oh my God, are you gonna cry?
Over a bagel. Thank you so much for the
Walked
super
2 damn
sticker.
miles.
Are you gonna
1027
cry?
Anno. It's
First
good to
bagel.
see you. I've seen your name in
You
FFP
had
and
too
other
many bagels.
chats.
That's why you're in
Hi,
pain.
Elaine Gray.
Are you seriously gonna cry over a fucking bagel right
Pumpernickel,
now?
yeah,
You should be crying over the
it's
fact that
good,
you're on the
and
brink of
I
losing your
love-
mobility because of
Right,
lipedema.
it's so good. For
Would you
real.
got yourself to that point?
Exactly, Jan's views.
You
would
don't just
think
wake up
that
with
the
lipedema.
fact that she
You
was
better keep
able to
going.
walk 3 miles at her size would be the gotcha and be happy. But she has an unhealthy relationship with food, and she's another one who
no.
lies about going to therapy. Because if she
Oh,
did,
no.
she wouldn't be doing this. Hi, Magzar. It's good to see
No,
you.
I don't.
Welcome to your
I actually
first
don't care.
live.
And I'm like, I don't know whether to cry or laugh because
You shouldn't cry
Well,
over
I'm
this.
laughing. So
I'm
I guess
totally
that means
laughing.
you should be crying, right? Only one can laugh.
This is not healthy. This is what happens when you use food as a reward for exercise. This is what happens when you don't properly meal plan and get the therapy you need to understand that food is not your reward. The mobility is your reward. The increase able to breathe without a CPAP machine, Chantal, is your reward. The ability to go to a doctor and have them say your organs are doing fine. You have good blood tests. You can have a baby if you want. Or if that's not your jam, you could climb Mount Everest if you want. Or go to base camp like she likes to say she's gonna. There is added benefits that aren't food-based. And this is how you can tell that Anna has not developed a healthy relationship with food. And it's scary to me that she is considered an influencer.
Laugh and one can cry. I'm laughing, so you have to cry. Cry for me. Cry for me.
God, sometimes you just can't win. Sometimes you just can't win.
Ma'am, you are a mogul, a multi-millionaire, even if you've gotten it through inheritance. You have over 2.5 million followers. Your life is a win. But you are so focused on the food that you can't even appreciate the good you have in your life. And I don't understand that. I am happy for everything I have in my life because there's positives to balance out any negatives. Pierre Depardieu, I love your wit, dear. But yeah, I mean, honestly, you could contribute to it if you wanted to, I guess, unless you got the surgery not to. Food is fuel, not a reward. Exactly, Madame Meduse. Thank you so much for the super chat. I feel like that's the problem a lot of us when we were in this stage. Because I know when I was in my binge stage and purge stage that I used to use food as a reward. And you can't do that if you want consistent weight loss. If you want to shrink those fat pockets. And it's not rapid. You have to keep at it. DianneinKorea kept at it. She looks fucking fabulous. And if you go back and watch her archives, you will see where she was even 2 years ago to where she is now. She has done the thing. It takes time and commitment and dedication and willing to sacrifice certain things that you used to think you need and substitute. Heifer said, oh, you all eat large pizzas. No, I make my own and I make it healthier. That's what you can do when you have a healthy relationship with food. But she doesn't want to understand that. And thank you so much, Joe Davis, for the super chat. Hand Anna a dang dry her fake tears. Exactly. As my mom would say, I'll give you something to cry about, grow up-ish. Exactly. Us Gen Xers, we grew up with tough people. And like I said, when I cry, it's for a reason. I'm not going to sit up here holding a fucking bagel that you're lucky to get and cry over it. She has such a good life, but she refuses to see it and appreciate it. And what I learned, Mud Slicker, because I think it was Nancy Jennings that gave me advice in a community tab that I could switch to a ketovore when I am confirmed to be pregnant. And I'll probably start doing a bit that, but I'm looking more at the Mediterranean diet while I'm pregnant because I like to have a variety, and plus I have absorption issues, so I need certain vitamins to be in me while I'm having the baby because I do not want complications. So I'm leaning more towards very low carb, more Mediterranean and keto friendly for when I'm confirmed. But right now, I'm taking it slow. We're going to start the prenatal vitamins. When I go back on the 24th for my annual, we'll probably pop the Mirena out. So I'll probably be getting my monthlies a bit stronger every month until we get knocked up. And that's going to be fun. I might not be on a lot when that happens, y'all, because I can be kind of moody, and I'm not like Foodie. I don't want that on camera.
Well, I walked 2 miles for a bagel.
Okay, I can't listen to this bullshit anymore. Sometimes you just can't win. You're right. Take your L.
Yeah.
And eat that fucking veggie oat bagel. Anyway, the real joke of all of this is, okay, so from January till now of this year, Anna has been pretending like she's the fitness queen of YouTube. Big girls can move. Look at me do this. I can run. I'm a runner.
Exactly.
You don't want to call me a runner? Well, these people say I'm a runner. Look at Run Labs. I'm a runner. I'm sponsored by Copilot.
Well, she was sponsored.
Big girl doing big things. Look like a beauty. Train, all that bullshit, right? Train like a beast. Look like a beauty. Wearing a tutu at the gym. Anyway, she wanted us to believe that because she was sponsored by Copilot. She was sponsored by other health-related items. She was shilling. Then, come to find out, she's starting to lose mobility, okay? We'll wearing off. We hit our plateau. And now, because she can no longer make bank off being a fitness queen, now she's making money off being a lipedema girl. Look at her hashtags. Lipedema girl, lipedema gal.
And not to interrupt Lindsay again, there's a reason why first of all, I would be bad for sponsors. Because I like giving plain to the fact whether I like stuff or not. I did it about the Raycons. I still use these shits. But when I tell you they're a pain in the ass to charge, they get on my nerves sometimes, I still use them. Because I don't want to buy another pair right now. But when I say they get on my nerves, this is why I'm not sponsored by Raycon. I just feel like when you do stuff for yourself, the results show off. When you're doing things because people are giving you a check for it, you often end up stumbling. But that was Lindsay, y'all. I can't hear Anna blabbering and blathering over a bagel anymore. So we're going to move to some fun stuff before we wrap this up. I had just found these people thanks to the House of Hannibal, and I will be watching more of them because they have a lot of bangers. They are good with the music. This is the Gain and Gird and the Fiend. They do talks and trolls, and they're amazing musicians. So I just wanted to play this jam for you. And there's a Camel one that I'll probably play next week too that is really good because it sounds like old swing music, and I love that stuff. That's a lot of goofy laugh.
Smart like fuck.
Thank you so much for that. Let me answer that before we fire that up. Clara Bixby, and welcome to the chat, hon. As a bigger girl in the fashion industry, I'm so happy you're covering Anna. She's a major grifter and spreader of misinformation. Her taste is all in her mouth. Exactly. And I agree with you. Welcome, Oceana Song Lovely. It's good to see you. Anna's problem is she could be that quirky, successful fat girl, but she spreads so many misinformation. I've been watching Lindsay's coverage of her when she does those hauls with clothes that are too small for her because she knows people are going to talk about her. I've bought smaller clothing. That is another goal setter. You buy sizes smaller, and when you get in it, you get happy. That is motivation for people like me. I want to get into those smaller clothes. I want to feel like I've accomplished my weight loss. But when you set food as your accomplishment, yeah, it's going to show that it's not coming off. But let's get to some music, y'all, because I love this. I just found them, and I love their talent.
Step right up, come and see. Craziest show on your screen. Cows with milk, fresh and clean. Welcome to this crazy scene. Welcome to Girl World, yay. Everything here's on display. A crazy shit show every day. Tune in.
Hi, Goose Chuck.
Walk away. Dance around, join the fun. Something here for everyone. Colors bright like the sun. It's wild and we've just begun. Welcome to Girl World, yay. Everything here's on display. Crazy shit show every day. Tune in, don't look
It goes by so fast, for real.
Something here for everyone. Colors bright like the sun. It's wild and we've just begun. Laugh and play all night long. In girl world you belong. Everything's a wacky song. So come on, join the throng. Welcome to Girl World, yay. Everything here's on display. Crazy shit show every day. Tune in, don't look away.
These people, there's so many talented people in this community.
In the world you belong. Everything's a wacky song. So come on, join the throng. Welcome to Girl World, yay. Everything here's on display. Crazy shit show every day. Tune in, don't look away. Tune in, don't look away.
That was amazing. The Gain and Gird and the Fiend. If you haven't checked them out, I would highly recommend them. They have amazing music videos. And before we wrap this up, I just want to thank everybody again. Now, like I said, the publishing place that I did my book with, they're not used to big orders. So I want to bring back the giveaways. As soon as the box gets here, I will. I also got an advanced set of copies that I'm going to ship to some friends that have expressed interest in getting a copy of the book, but can't really pay for it. I don't want people feeling like you have to put out money for these books for me. And I will do my best to discount the ebooks and get it out. But when Heifer attacked me about being a published author without realizing the amount of imposter syndrome that I had to go through, the amount of self-doubt that I wasn't good enough, the amount of my family in the back of my head saying, you can't make a living like this, stick to what you know, stick to office work, you know, you don't want to mess up your life by trying to be a writer. And it's not easy. I got to do a lot of self-promotions, which isn't comfortable for me. So thank you for that again, Foodie. But I am glad that I'm taking my chance doing this. And I've seen so many positive comments and commentary about my book. Because it isn't about me. It's about the characters that I wanted to craft and create. It was about dedicating it to my sister who would have been 41 today. It's about continuing to live life because they're not here to live theirs. And Chantel, you could never, hun. And that's why you're bitter. That's why you're mad. That's why you try to drag people like me who just want to do the thing and live our best lives. Because you would rather do superficial with your bought bitch in Kuwait. With a man who will say he loves you as long as you give him enough dinars. But he doesn't even love you enough to put his foot down. Send your ass back to where you can get free health care and get your life together. Because you don't want to be told what to do about your mom. You don't want to have to film in your car. You say, oh, I was more miserable in Canada, guys, but you had access to better things that wouldn't come out of pocket in Canada, and you knew it. But we're going to wrap things up with one of my favorite actual body positivity, Leslie Hall. She has a remix of one of my favorite songs by her. And then we are going to go and have a good weekend, y'all. So let me get this fired up because this is one of my favorite. Tight Pants, Body Rolls, the Titus Jones remix. He's remixed a lot of her songs. And I just love this one. Because we all got body rolls, let's face it.
I was walking through the forest of moccasin bread when I saw a troll boy wearing tight pants. I want to move them, but can you even dance no spell?
Hey, woman. Hey, Wombat. It's good to see you, hun. Thank you so much, Clara Bixby. I try. Marmaduke the cat. Hey, hun. I am hoping that your father continues to do okay, dear. I I'll say it after the song.
Watch out for my body rolls, watch out for my body rolls. High kicks, this is how we do it. Watch out for my body rolls, watch out for my body rolls. High kicks, this is how we do it. I beg that boy to make me some. Gotta dance like that where I come from. Grab a partner, form a line, cut and stitch and make them shine. Work that elastic, it's looking fantastic. Please stitch them pretty cause my body can't handle it. It's just the power of the light, cry it tickles my tiger. Let me get inside of them and stretch. You're a vessel, you shimmy and activate the dance floor kitty. When I place my legs in a cage of spandex, I dance like hell to release the madness. Watch my feet pound holes in plywood. Watch my hips.
Shake them hips, girl.
Watch out for my body rolls. Watch out for my body rolls. High kicks. This is how we do it. Watch out for my body rolls. Watch out for my body rolls. High kicks. This is how we do it. 'Twas the last stitch on the final scene. He placed onto me. My leg hairs quivered and screamed. I knew I needed them more than ever, but then he looked at my legs and said,
Never.
I was already wearing tight pants. I just did not activate them. Wow.
Body roll, body kick, high kick. This is how we do it.
Not just sound like that. Body roll, high kick. Activate, engage. I'm a dance floor tiger lady, pumping everything she has, touching every single man, rubbing every lady rag. Work that dance floor, they may vote you mayor jazz. One day have a plaque that says
It's Leslie Hall, Oceana's song. She is brilliant. I love her.
watch out for my body rolls. High kicks, this is how we do it. Watch out for my body rolls. Watch out for my body rolls. High kicks, this is how we do it. High kicks, this is how we do it. High kicks, this is how we do it.
I love Leslie Hall. She is such a body positivity without the toxic entitlement. She owns her stuff and she is so amazing. Hi, Samurai Hobo. The thing is, with your body, only you know your journey. And like I was about to say to you, Marmaduke the cat, I adore you. With diabetes, it is so scary, the levels that some people have to get to understand how serious it is. And I hope that your father has a speedy recovery and goes down the path of taking care of his health. You know, my dad passed September 11th, and it wasn't in the buildings. We found out weeks after that he had died of a diabetic coma because he was one of those men that didn't want to go to doctors. He was a vegetarian, so it wasn't like he was eating and healthy all the time, but he ate a lot of sugary stuff. He was like a candy junkie, and he did not change his patterns. And we weren't exactly close at that time. We were trying to heal the wounds, and he was going to come down because I was living in Florida at the time. And then I didn't hear from him again, so I thought, he was probably just blowing smoke up my behind. And everything happened with September 11th. I was at the office that whole day just listening to what was going on in my hometown, not realizing that they had found his body in his place. And everything was delayed because of what happened with the Twin Towers. Even getting his death certificate took months. And it opened my eyes that I didn't want this. I did not want it because a lot of family members had it. My grandfather that we call Papa, the man who I have his flag up on my bookshelf because he served. He lost his leg and then he passed in the doctor's office from diabetic complications. I know the seriousness and losing family to diabetes, and I did not want that for myself. I didn't want that for my husband. I did not want that for my son. We're all bigger people. We don't hide it, but we don't do the things that put us in the danger zone. Right now, out of all of us, we don't take a lot of medications. I'm on supplements for vitamin D, calcium, and iron. That's about it. And then my psychiatric meds, which I don't shy away from because I need to keep my mind straight to write. Hi, cowboy dog. We all have our own personal struggles. But when you strive, you can look to the sides to see the struggles and realize they don't chain you back. And that is the difference between myself and Chantel, myself and Amber, myself and Glitter and Lasers. I don't put myself on a pedestal for what I'm doing. I know I fucked up. I know that in the future I could fuck up still. But I hold myself accountable. I set goals that I want. I cherish my family, my friends, this beautiful community that has put me in it. Because I'm a nobody, y'all. And I don't say that to like get pity. I came in the girl world from the art community with no ties, no connections to anybody. And I was nice to people. There's no reason to be mean and uncivil to people who you want to talk to and chat with. I just feel like there are ways to navigate YouTube without having to be nasty. And I feel lucky that I've been accepted by so many amazing reactors and watchers in Girl World. And I hope to never let you guys down with attitude, with continuing to live my best life. But I'm realistic. I am human. I will own any mess up I do. I will continue to do what I can to make life good for the people around me, because that's all I can do. I will continue to write and indulge in things that make me happy. I will continue to reward myself with smaller fitting clothes, being able to do more with my husband and my son and hopefully a future baby. That is what setting goals and being about that life is about. Just like DianneinKorea, just like my 500-pound life, Miss Camps, Skinny Queens Reacts. So many of us that are willing to put ourselves out there because we know that we're doing the thing. And I just appreciate all of you who are doing the thing. Everybody who has shared their weight loss journeys. Everybody who has shared their quitting addictions. Everybody who has shared things like getting their diplomas and becoming nurses like Poltergeisha. There are so many people that are just doing their damnedest, getting new jobs, quitting jobs that didn't appreciate them, moving forward in their creative and professional paths. There are creators like James Brightman who holds himself accountable and shows you his weight loss because he, like me, was in the 500-pound range. I believe that Girl World doesn't have to be constantly negative and fighting. And even some of my favorites who do indulge in it. And like I said, they're not always the ones that throw the shots out, but they give it back good. So I love me some of the digital underground, the YouTube underground. I get them confused because I love the digital underground too. The YouTube underground, Yabba. I like Sam, even though I'm not personally invested in it. I like being the little Miss Jenkins each afternoon. She goes live and talks about people that have been feuding with her. I love FFG, and I know she's not for everybody, but it is because of her archives that instead of going to Chantel after the Repsion and T-Channel's coverage of her B&E and representing her as an abuse victim, that instead I started watching FFG because I realize now a lot of that was an act. And after the Mr. Snowflake episode 4 drop, which I covered, you could see the manipulation and the way she acted during Crackhead Olympics. Chantel, I know you watch all of us. I know you get mad that we can point out you're fake. But you need help. And you're not going to get it raging at me, raging at other reaction channels. But it does help boost our channel, so I'm not going to stop you, heifer. You can make fun of the visible things I show. I don't care. They're my battle scars. I'm not ashamed of my dental damage. I did this to myself. I will get the fix on my own terms. I'm not afraid to show you my roles because I know I put in the work to get well under. Well, I can't say well under 300 pounds because I'm still in the 290s. But I did that after being 512. So until you can say that without lying and using that brick scale of yours, you can miss me with your insults. And exactly, Blondie. She always does that. We like to call it in hip hop throwing rocks and hiding hands. She constantly throws these jabs out at other creators and then erases it. Because you're a coward. And I'm sorry. I say what I mean and mean what I say. And if I come incorrect, feel free to correct me. I don't mind if I get something wrong. But I say things with my chest because I'm not going to take them down. I don't work on that level. If you like me, fine. If you don't like me, that's fine too. I'm literally a diagnosed sociopath. I like people in short doses. I get along with people way better online. And I just do me. And I want to give a shout out to all of you who are like this, because I know there are millions of us out there. We are socially anxious. We're a bit awkward. We like people, but only in short doses. And we are constantly in our heads. And I see you and I appreciate you. But y'all, I'm going to get ready to wrap this up because I got to go pee. I've been down in that water. My salad is probably starting to process through my system too. I hope you have a lovely weekend. Thank you to everybody who replays as well. I'll be back next week with some fit bongs. I hope to get the writer's vlog started up again soon too. It's just been so busy with trying to get this fertility stuff kicked in gear. But I'm not going to make excuses, y'all. I promised you those things. I will bring them back. But I hope you all have a lovely weekend. I will see you all soon in everybody's chats. Because I sit and I lurk, or sometimes use a background noise while I'm doing my creative projects. I appreciate you all. And take care, and please hydrate. It is really hot out there, y'all.